I'm Susan. I'm going to a reception this evening at a community garden and wanted to take something special. I stopped this morning and collected up some amazing kale. Kale is one of those nutritional powerhouse foods that we all can use a lot more of. And I'm going to use one of my favorite containers, the mason jar. Mason jars, I think, are amazing. They're very inexpensive. They're less than $1 a piece. You can use them over and over. It's easy to replace the lids once they get, unusable. And they aren't made of plastic. A lot of people are worried about plastic coming into contact with their food, so mason jars are really a pretty spectacular thing. So we're going to put together a rainbow kale stacked salad. It's going to transport great in my cooler, and it's going to be very tasty and very nutritious. So we'll be back in a minute after we chop everything up. Okay, so it's a really simple dressing that we're going to put together today, and it kind of scales depending on how much of the salad you're going to make. I'm going to make a lot of little individual containers, so it's 2 parts organic balsamic vinegar to 3 parts of orange juice. So we're going to put in 1.5 cups of fresh squeezed orange juice, and then a cup of balsamic vinegar. Okay, and then we're going to mix in about 3 tablespoons full of Dijon mustard, a good quality natural Dijon mustard. Then we're going to sprinkle in just a little bit of salt, because salt does give a little zest to whatever you're cooking. And this is a really wonderful Himalayan sea salt. This is a beautiful color here. So we're just going to sprinkle in a little bit of that, give that a chance to dissolve in our dressing before we end up popping our salads. Alright, well, we are going to be using 3 different types of kale today. Kale comes in many varieties. So we have some of the curly kale, which is probably the one you see most often in the grocery store. This is from the garden, and this is a Tuscan kale. It's actually one of my favorites. It's got a very nice, mild flavor to it. And then this I picked up this morning at an organic market, and it's a purple kale. So I was going to show a little tip on how to easily cut kale into little ribbons when you're making a salad. So if you just take 3 or 4 of your kale leaves and lay them on top of each other, and then just kind of roll them into a tight little roll. This makes it really simple to come back and then slice these into nice little uniform ribbons that'll look really pretty in whatever salad you're making. So one of the things we're going to do with the kale, instead of adding oil into the dressing that we made earlier, is we're going to actually drizzle the oil onto the kale. Some people even call this massaging the kale with the oil. It gives the kale a little bit of a different texture when it's had a chance to sit in the oil, so we'll just lightly drizzle this over and just kind of mix it all up. Just give it the chance to have a nicer, smoother texture to it. That with each of our kales before we begin stacking them into our mason jars. Alright, so we're going to start putting our salads together now. There's nothing magic about how the order these come together. We're going to start though by putting this beautiful red cabbage on the bottom.